And pick up. From last time, I'm going to be heading back to the Piety Hills where we're supposed to be going. So let's go. There we go. Back to the old cave. Hey, so now here we go, and something did wind up doing after hopping off is did sell some stuff. Grabbed a lot of the flame tank boomerangs, immediately sell those to get the 300k. Hey, and I did not save it, just to get the 300k done out of the way. Hey, so on we will be going. And that's really all did do. Didn't do any other fighting. 854 fights. One. So let's. I do feel like just beating up some weaklings. Thanks and all of that. Alright. And so we can take a storm. So that's cool with the Dolph line. 9. And just seeing that someone heals looking for some obscure hidden gem stuff. There's all the flash. I guess TC heals over to anything really. Hey?
Sure.
And have never even heard of escape from ever after, really. Hey? Okay, need Stella's 1. Let's just work on that a bit. And back to shuffle this as the secondary. Everyone's still working on stuff. The Expedition 33 is not obscure. And this one does have a bit of a list here. None of them really all from 2026, besides Black Matter, which had just came out. Also with the list here, looking at how you're gonna be working up instead of the usual down. East Ocean just couldn't get into, got stuck at the beginning. And Skull and Nexus is sitting on the backlog. Where's Soul Gun? That was a good time. Found Breaker Battlegrounds Ultimate. Have evolved with that. Not interested. Owensville Lake Throssil. That was a pretty damn good time. The old world ends with you. That's something else in the backlog. Hawaii Miami couldn't get into. Who? Base Hawaii Limited maybe could get back to that at some point. And 13 Sentinels Asia's Ruin, that was a pretty good time as well. Bug Fables have at least heard of. For KO High, don't know that one. Squirrel with a Gun, have heard of that one. Oriana the Elder Codex, that's from Ideal Factory, just recently came out. And it's not really much. The most recent one, like, always feels fantastic reaction. And also, same with Wesley. That's coming from someone else still, so that's good to see. E? E? Here, just smack this one well, and another little showy thread here. That white gamers brag about how many hours they spent on said game. And it's also with recently, no, it's got 600 hours on Gran Turismo 7 since release. Oh, Kia Bellist. A lot of hours to spend on a game, which is various forms, and so on. Yeah, regularly see people bragging on how they spent hundreds or thousands of hours in a game like some type of accomplishment. And I think people spending time watching sports, flying, and other stuff all wasted their lives. Maybe should make a topic about it. Maybe create time spent to scale or expertise, while some just happy to shell the playtime. Yeah, there's nothing wrong on that. All those Venetians, of course, have missions spent roughly 800 hours on DQ9 across, like, I think it was 800 hours across, like, 7 plays of DQ9. Although it's been a long ass time since I've even touched DQ9. You know, it's a bit silly. Maybe they enjoyed the game as their way of recommending it. No shame on that.
Did it.
White. This one's got a little more substance on it. If you can have any remake for the PS2 era, what would be your pick here? And we'll start off with the getaway, which he'll stay way ahead of the time, so he's saying all that. Check us out, we make it the getaway for the PS5. This one's taking Chaos Leisure. Next one, they'll take in DMC2, overhaul the combat, add new weapons, make the Vendetta Soul more unique, maybe replace the bosses like the offensive Sharpo, offensive tanks, and knock Patel. They all stories, DQ8, anything out the Suffering, Manhunt, or Burley. Well, I'd personally take more of a pull of old GD28. That would be good enough. Maybe throw in a little extra stuff like they did with the 3DS version, so that could be something. And Shadow of War. Black was a PS2 title, never even heard of that, honestly. Valkyrie Profile 2, FF11. Yeah, that was a little overkill. Okay, nothing there for license. Did just change notifications and all that. Elfin has all mainly healing stuff, and these guys don't like wind. It's all okay. This one is a big fan of remakes, and so just want to keep the game as is, with the exception which they're cool with the remake adding some additional stuff like post-game name stuff like that. Why don't they take and overhaul the game visually, keep it a one-on-one without changes? And yes, this one would take Dot Hack Volumes 1 through 4B Remaster. Like they did with Dot Hack G Volume 1 through 3, i.e. last week. This one's gonna take Simpsons Hill 1. This one never go well to the whole PS2 gen. This one will take Tales of the Abyss. Well, they will take in a hypothetical Abyss remake. Hey, update the graphics. While keep it the old GSX. New ults for everyone with minor tweaks. Remove the bugs. And voice the damn skits. Add some new bosses to Chris. Yeah, for one little halfway, just can't get into Tales so full, but one thing that's always stood out for what? Do remember all the skits. That's pretty neat. Tenshu, guessing, Kilo 7. This one would take San Andreas. Isn't all that? Seal Saga. That would be cool. We'll take a poll of those. And yes, you have all three of those. FS, Resident Evil Outbreaks, War Galaxy, which, yeah, working on that. So far, War Galaxy's been pretty good so far. Gran Turismo 3, Magna Carta, which they haven't done the first one, but yes, they did do the second Magna Carta on the 360. This one's definitely got the most space list as far as concerned so far. They'll take DQ8, Ease Orca Nothistum, which do not have that ease. Tales of Legidia do have that one. FF11, which they don't care if it's online or not. Tales of the Abyss have that one. Drakengold have that one. Guardian 2, 3, and All Extreme have all three of those. Those Fancy Solar Referrals, which will be down for a remake though. Not that good, honestly, and have that. And Steel Saga Trilogy, have those. SSX3 Dark Cloud, haven't checked out Dark Cloud before. Nether Factory Profile 2. This would take Gold Soil. And the one was thinking of will be the Shadowholds trilogy. If had to take anything. Think is like what this one's saying. Hey, Shadowholds. Also, IMS Saga, SSX Super Out, Suffering, Shinobi and Old Nightshade. This one will take Contra Shell, Soul Show, and Neo Contra. Don't remake him, just re-release him as a double pack. SXX3 C-Bar Chronicles. This one could take maybe Drake Gold. A little reaction about Drake Gold. And for this one saying it's legit, was taking this with a grain of salt. I guess Yoko Taro was trying to get another Drake Gold Porsche greenlit. And maybe Yoko Taro did mention revisiting Drake Gold 1, questionable. That was a response to fans asking why after the success that was still all mod. But he has to try making more projects. And I guess, if true, Square Enix continues to be lame as super so they shut down its ideas. In fairness, he was the kind of game that will ruffle too many feathers in the world. That's outrage at everything and central themes. Or exactly the fair fault. So comparable to something else you have. God hand go whoa. Yellow Grace, I'll never even heard of that. And this one would take Shadowholtz, Jay and Pyle. Pyle and the last two. Alignment Faces and Old Kills of Darkness, and the last one was Dark Cloud 2. Who?
A splendid display.
Right now, Melvin's a ripe young 40. Melvin looks a little old for 40, honestly. And now, back to this spiel about unpopular FF taste. Coming back to this. This. Yeah, this flame tank boom tends to be pretty good downhill, so okay. Okay. And again, soft heal. Heal. The cross-dressing thing, OG FF7 was unnecessary, and then y'all got the remake only made of Wilson. Honestly, they don't even remember the cross-dressing in OG FF7. And this one, they remember another unpopular take, which is they actually like Fanil from FF13. I personally did enjoy Fanil, in all honesty. Yeah, Fanil's this one's fave. After all, Fanil will be lightning than sauce, and will be a little different though, because we'll prefer Fang a first, Sad second, and then Fanil third. And this also liked Hope, and to some extent, but not that much, Fang, who they barely remember, last is Snow. And do agree on Snow being in last place. Wasn't ever a big fan of Snow. Which could just have 10 brothers and 10 brothers getting kicked, but can get what they can get on. This is a little reaction. And at about 12, with Raphael having a charming personality, doesn't fit the main role. And this one feels he would fit. Well, it will be Hall. Pixel has his own charm. Kind of niche things. And yeah, I do like some pixel. A reaction to an earlier one about the 13 cast being well developed, unlikable, and this is the 13 stand, and they think only Snow's unlikable or Phil so long as you're receptive to Hope's emotional response. By the midpoint, they'll agree. We'll say no to Snow, but everyone else, yeah. And then reaction to a reaction, Personally speaking, Snow's annoying to this one because of his personality as a whole, like his whole hero shtick. He was annoying to this one. Yes to that. Alright. Yeah, this one was also receptive to Hope's emotional response, but more than that, they were really annoyed by basically everything Snow did. Yeah, I get where they'll come from. No? Then another reaction, Snow's whole hero thinks BS and he knows it, doesn't believe he's a hero and all that. The more reactions, FF8 has one of the best stories in the series, strong. Cross-dressing, if any OG FF7 was necessary and idiotic, even stronger. Another reaction about the OG 7 cross-dressing is, yeah. And back to the 13th stand about someone else. Well, there's 13th stand and another one. They normally don't agree on really much of anything, but they do agree on the cross-dressing thing. No one's receptive to Hope's anything. His dumbass enthusiasts have been making ironically funny, so enjoy themselves. That's also finds only super if you get yourself killed easily the funniest line of FF history. And that's the reaction to about Snow's hero shtick in FF13. And now for some actual new ones here. First one, Ace excellent game. In fact, is this one's second favorite FF at JRPG ever behind FF7. That's a take. Second one, Trails a very good FF, which they feel Trails one of the best. 13-2 is another really good FF. It's right behind 12. And 7 Remake is one of the worst FFs ever. To even make themselves finish it, that's how much they didn't kill for it. On its own, it'll be good. But the fact that it's a remake, and for that reason, it should be judged well enough to the OG and compared to the masterpiece the OG 7 is. Remake simply pales in comparison because it completely twists the storyline and some of the characters. And those are several off as a sample. Okay, another reaction about another thing about Snow. Don't they even know if he believed it? All that other stuff. All reactions. And then another reaction about TV gameplay is okay or boring. And then the reaction being not an unpopular opinion. TV just doesn't sell as well as action, so big company that wants a lot of sales tend to prefer action. Pretty good point. Since people do tend to prefer action over TV because of speed and other things. Still, Solo Show that does have its own fan base, which, again, why not? And then a little reaction about the 7 remake compilation, blah, blah, blah. But the reaction is on relation to the second part, which is about FF4 has an overweighted plot of characters, and the OG take Cecil should say a Dark Knight. The reaction that Cecil will make a Dark Knight would have been a very bad thing. Yes. And that's probably one of the best moments do feel like in FF history is Cecil's redemption arc from Dark Knight to Paladin in FF4. Oh, with everything that's going on though. And then another reaction in relation to Cecil. His overall design as a Dark Knight was also much cooler, which it was. Thus, will we give the narrative to keep him as a Dark Knight? No, but the catch is they're gonna be more fun to play with Dark Knight. Cecil and also more cooler throughout the game. And then of course the dog skill led to more interesting gameplay than its white magic Cecil did get, which wasn't a lot. Plus with Cecil's will stat wasn't great. The will stat is tied to white magic strength.
Smite him good.
And then Maul, Samal, takes 8 was opponent the grand scheme by establishing military shoots. Learn about the world goal. Yeah, I can see that. And the Trails of Cold Sea tetralogy, which they have great games of quotes, which I've only got the first Cold Seal. That was great. Hey, owes a lot to FF8 and Scrolls personal growth from Farcraft to Leo, spell the resources, blind players stand, blah blah blah. Tires can kiss my ass and Blitzball shit the bed. Novel. That was the one mini game FF10 did love, was Blitzball, because of all the micromanaging. This one likes FF9, but the chibi style knocks it down with paid like Wind Waker. And a lot of FF8, a lot of hateful FF4 here. But this one still likes Cecil's Case Redemption arcs. Though it does suffer from no rule syndrome. Like dead characters still stay dead. That's the one thing they didn't really kill for in FF4, to be honest. Okay, here's a fragment. We can use that. A black fragment. First time seeing one of those two, think. I do see this shiny white heel. And another main mail. That's pretty good. That's number 56. X.
Hey!
Okay, okay, that's why I just put an ice seal. Okay, well, let's make sure there's no boss. Boss? The bells, the secrets, oh no, okay, pop off. The reaction here will realize the power of friendship is at least as important to the resolution of FF8 as Cold Steel, if not more so. And yeah, that platform wasn't looking so great. So yeah, let's power this up, man. Oh yeah, didn't forget that shiny. That's looking good. Good, pretty kick-ass. As another reaction related to FF4 here. Someone here who thinks Falls Age fully says also still holds up. Amen. And then another reaction in relation to FFA or Cold Steel. They do, but the last cheating rate comes from a full type who was quickly a first run of everyone's BFF from get-go. Oh. Then back and forth, Gabby became lean. Everyone's BFF from get-go. He was able to make friends with exactly 3 of his 8 classmates at the Salt. Elliot, Gaius, and Lola. Everyone else he had to work with to one degree or another, which do kind of remember that. Alright. Yes, do remember Ween and Elliot being butts. Because those 2 guys were pretty tight. I do remember Gaius, the step dude, and Lola, who's the blue-haired girl. And the next one's FF15's a good time, which still have a sword that. And with this next one thinks this is technically unpopular, but for everyone who says Wilsley made the game spell, everyone who thinks he made Worlds, they agree with both. So she has a mixed bag. Like, the reaction to Mr. Crispy and generally enjoyable FF, does unpopular agree with it? About the pros and cons, but who knows? Oh, don't forget that. That's to see if there were pieces. And then with the last bit is how unpopular was their thoughts that the game had lost solid design choices that made all RPGs never seem alone. Next one is fun as a bad. Ed. Pretty much every opinion about FF is a short Deagle's opinion, both popular and unpopular at the same time. Do get what they go for. And then immediate reaction to the FF short Deagle. Not saying disagree, but this one's still hasn't found one person other than themselves that likes the spirits within movie. Even though more than tens of us will still constitute an unpopular opinion. Another reactions. This one also enjoyed Spirits Within. They thought the Spirits Within captured the FF fantasy theme well enough. And all that. Okay.
Splendid display.
Let's see. Not all. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this thread, look at almost 4 years ago with these takes. World of FF is the best FF they've done in years and the most effort they've ever put in since 9 and it shows. And World of Final Fantasy do have that one as well. But yeah, I haven't touched that either, so no real surprise. Reacted to the experience within. And okay. Okay. Morgan. Another reaction about World of FF here. They say because the amount of FF fans that don't play it because they think it's a Pokemon clone and not being mainline means it's garbage. The reaction can't stress enough how long they are and how amazing World of FF is. Came out the same time as FF15 did, which will be 2016. When you put them side by side, you can see Mulhall and Evel went to WR with World of FF. And let's get Mills and patched up, and there we go, that's pretty good. Take your fights. And this one's also on Purple Hole. Yeah, the Super Mario Bros. Movie was great, and even better watching it as an adult. We have targeted the 1993 Super Mario movie. Ever see that in ages? And yes, that is one of the few movies I have seen, although it's been ages. Okay, with this one has a few with some details. Okay, unpopular take one. Of course, this one does say who thinks as someone who's not a big fan of the series, despite being into JRPGs. Unpopular take one. The FF series is not consistent at all. People can talk about plot, characters, and all that. Right? All of course, like the plot, characters, combat, game mechanics, graphics, all of it is subjective for every game, which, yes. Yes, a lot of games drop the ball in several areas, which can make or break the experience depending on preferences. True or real. Is it consistent and is frustrating? Yeah. People can love one game, but may struggle to find another game of the series like it. Not just talking about the different sections divided by high system. How a person who may like the games in one division may dislike or hate the others in that same division. The PS1 games, which series as an example, are the best example. And since this is a little bit of an auto quid, and that's why it's a struggle for those that enjoyed FF16. But they could struggle at diving the older FFs because of how 16 plays in relation to the older FFs. Yes, I know that. Oh yeah, we're the one way here. This one's level 2. The FFC are doing a set. Dual DSM is the best game to happen into the series and swell more than a cold blood. So with this to say, had such a great gameplay style while the premise was simple, the execution was fantastic, brought many characters across the series, many of them customizable moves from their respective games, and its favorite system, and all that. The PSP the series are the best games of the FF series, and they will die on that hill. They don't even want to talk about the PS4 to say, get this ass on it. And the third one, the community takes the remaster versions and remixes for granted, make them highly underweight. So let's see. Features the brand of the series. Oh yes, though. They often see people praising the OG soundtracks, but they almost never see any mention of the remixes or remaster. Versions the OG was often limited by the tech of the day. But the series is great with remixes. All that often have the direction of the OG proposal, along with a lot of remixes. Is saying all of this, of course, given the guys, of course, what they use as an example, which they are link of the those use Canaria Castle as an example. I will tack on which, if you compare Canaria Castle from, say, the old NES version, I compare that to, say, the PS1 or GBA version, and would personally prefer the PS1 or GBA versions of Canaria Castle over the OG because of obviously better tech. And Uematsu did the best he could given the old NES tech back then. And all that. And the next one, FF2 was absolute blast. Had a good story? Yes. Good characters? Yes. Yes, and the leveling system was a whole of your fire every fight and stay consistent with what you want each character to do. Oh yes, hell. And now some reactions about the previous one about the FF series is not consistent at all. Not unpopular fact, not unpopular opinion, it's just a straight fact, which it is. Then same with the reaction here. There's a reason many old fans of the series so like 11 or 14 gets their MMOs. Not all, but a good deal. You know, personally, not interested in MMOs, personally. Also not a big fan of online multiplayer in general, given, well, exceptions. It's like, online multiplayer with Super Bomberman, that's a blast. But that's 3 or 4 between, or 15, only feels like FF. Same goes for 16 as well. What about the decision you take? This one also was in the city as well. They don't have much to say at the time about the PS4 version. And all that stuff, just gonna skip all that. Community takes the remaster versions and make them underrated. That's just preference, really. And then the last reaction about FF2 being blessed, like, why do you think the story's good? Like, they get the charm of the gameplay, but the story is just showing all that. Alright. Okay, this one's got some. No reaction on this one. This one also liked the spirits within the movie, despite it not really having anything to do with the fifth. They get the criticism, but they still enjoyed the movie. Titus and Riku seem like a better pairing compared to Titus and Yuri. And for what do remember, Titus and Riku had good chemistry. They just seem to bounce off of each other better in their personalities. And they get why Titus and Yuri are made to be a couple for the sake of the story, which do get where they're coming from. It was useful because a lot of his hopes do cause side effects, which they do. Vanille's annoying. Hell yeah. Yeah. Nothing wrong with saying it's a title and, are we talking FF4 Cindy or FF10 Cindy? questionable. He summoned Ian, boring as hell. Think that was maybe FF8, maybe? FF9? FF12? Elf? Questionable? He's on way as hell. Think that might have been FF8, do you think? Assistant Grid FF15's Fall World Subject Crystallium, which happened on 15, so Capcom it fell. The story main game in FF7 kind of sucked. For them, it's the lack of music, which don't even remember the snowboard. Oh my god, honestly. Hey? And this one hates how complicated they keep making it to be face optional. No? And super optional bosses in FF, like Phase FF5 Shinru, which a lottery spread high on the map, FF7 Gold or World to face the Emerald, and the Desert to face Ruby. That's straightforward. FF9 have to dig up a bunch of chocographs, dig up another one, so on. Or FF12, get the side quest to get a key, all of that. With this one, Renault's one of the bell-ringing heroines of the series. Doesn't begin with the flack she gets. Capcom it failed. FF13's linearity is actually one of its biggest strengths. It allows the narrative to flow at an appropriate pace and maintains a consistent difficulty level throughout. That is a light disagree. Would be nice to have some sort of mini-games, and Old Town. Well, that would be kind of nice, honestly. The Crystallian caps are also good that they force you to learn how to play rather than just running past you in carpets. And I guess, kinda, yes. Yes. Personally, never mind the Crystallian. Cap. Guess it forces you to think with a system with the wolves with Commando, Ravagel, Sentinel, Silges, Saboteur, and Mech, and just adapt and adjust, hell. And about Winona being one of the bell-winning heroines of the series, the reactions, no way. And the reactions feels like Renault's shallow, makes dumb decisions, stereotypical damsel distress. There's a Cerberus, been sitting on There's a Cerberus for like decades. Have seen it play, but haven't followed. And then another reaction to FF series is not consistent. I mean, the reactions don't consider this an opinion, what those strength or weakness would be. He's like, it's so much of why FF does get talked about to this day. The series is less consistent than main devs games all. There's wild variation that gets constantly compelled, yeah. Yeah, about FF13's linearity being a strength, fine, as this is actually the consistent whole the reaction feels of 13. And here I'm okay. Let's see. About some reactions back and forth about Ween from Cold Steel. Reactions? Yeah, Ween's one of the better RPG mains. And 12 as well the 10. I do remember this one, though not a fan of 10. Memory serves right. 13 2's the best game of the 13 trilogy. That's not so much an unpopular take, though. Well, some more unpopular takes. Eight. Some more pop, some more reactions. Princess Nilsmane dive into the ocean. All that. Well, trying. Okay, back to the present. Okay, now for some more takes here. FF2 should get a remake, so yes, potential just needs flesh out. We've had the progression system as well as fixed the dungeons. And this is coming from someone who has FF2 as their least favorite FF. And so he has potential, like, okay, personally would leave the progression system as it is. Yes, FF9 doesn't need a remake, game's fine as is. If anything, a few tweaks is all it needs, maybe fix trans, speed up the combat a bit. No full remake really needed. FF4, the After Heals is pretty good, still haven't touched that one. So we made some of the older games instead of some of those holes. Like Dress of Fate from Mission 3, Pels IE, favorite story. Technically connected to FF Text, but stands on its own. FF 12 War for Wings was a waste of time and money, which also had that one. Like, reaction about Rift and Wings is like, want to elaborate a bit. No FF so shortly from the mean, they can either be great or bad. And they'll just fine. 8 spell to 7 gameplay wise, especially when you understand the junction system and triple triad. So he's more fun akin to a crazy anime. And Left Hand is one of the best stories in the series. Okay, about reaction to 13's linearity is a positive. Arguing this respectfully, but it's been said many times that linearity itself is not an issue with 13. And though, comparing that to 10, 10 is a beloved entry in the series, and it's just as linear as 13. The problem for most people is how 13 approaches this linearity of character battle. Else cutscene on very long loop, that's the issue, and how it wells people's patience. It's the justification for linearity was that the characters were the one and when, but the pacing doesn't capture that urgency at all. The more the one was being chased by the ghosts in FF10 after being declared arrogant. And plus, saying all this a little bit, of course, FF10 had many games. There was towns, and that was 2 things 13 didn't have. And then on the reaction of 12 being better to 10, the reactions, yes, and all that. And then with the reaction, like how at the top of the hierarchy amount, and they even like how Super Robot Worlds 30 did the same thing, made the captain of the battleship, the main guy. I've been playing all the FS from 9 backwards to full blind, and they love it. Hey, they get me, yeah, I mean, FF8 is kind of a love-hate thing. Okay? Another reaction about FF8 and nostalgia's nonsense. And then about the little dive on the elaboration on Revenant Wings. The reactions, they didn't necessarily hate Revenant Wings, not that you do have anything against the characters of 12. The game, I think it's just Game story didn't add much to 12 other than officially pairing two characters as a couple. Story was wonderful. Gameplay wise wasn't great. Just felt like a waste of time. Yeah. Okay. Well, reaction to about 5 FF10 10 to HC or 12 Zodiac Age, switching to the OG soundtrack. I had the reactions. They didn't mind the remake soundtrack in TCA. Hey. More reactions. Another one saying FF2 is great. Do you feel like FF2 was pretty good? But if only done the pixel remaster. Okay, Renault's the best rated female of the whole series in the whole series period, no debate. And then downhill, the only FF this one hasn't been able to play is 2 because of the system. But 13's in that top 5 in the series. The idea that Crisis is about character battle match full scroll that will know is too nonsensical it takes seriously. But it's interesting. With 13 being this was top 5 games in the series. If we're talking just strictly mainline FFs, do have, at this point in time, 13 barely makes it to the top 5 at 5 at this point in time. For this one, FFA is one of the best 4 tags, the most endearing heroine, and the openness reveal makes perfect sense. And the story is perfectly comprehensible. Which this one, no trouble following the plot to the very end when they were 12 at the time. They did miss a lot of the nuance show, but the gist was perfectly clear. To the reaction to Renault's the best rated female, the reactions is she's one of the characters that actively ruined the media she's in. They revealed the game would be so much more enjoyable. Selfie can take her role. And then another reaction, this one's about Mr. Quest. Yes. Well, people hate Mr. Quest for Baby's First RPG. Game Mr. Quest is certified no matter how much you point out. Good, the 5 had no plans to be released outside of Japan in the first place, being like an insult. And continuing, they think the only acknowledgement that MQ Owl's gone since its release has happened. Fisherman show up in Picto Walshika and Piachu with them, and that's a crying shame. CNC's one of the better heroes in the franchise. The soundtrack in Mission Quest is pretty damn good. Good.
Easy peasy.
Then another reaction, say on Mr. Quest. People who hate on Mr. Quest are the same revisionists that try to say that no one ever enjoyed Zelda 2 mean chill. Well, Mr. Quest isn't the deepest RPG ever, but it was a fun game with a lot of great stuff in it though. Personally, we did enjoy Zelda 2 even back in the day. Okay. Another improved reaction that for sure still want to keep having a go at action RPGs. Mr. Chris is ready and right there for a remake. Especially considering stuff like all the climbing, and once you get the Dragon Claw grappling hooking and a lot of other puzzles. this one say the best FF is Lost Odyssey. Adele's Paladin and Shepherd, so that now we can flip Melvin now.
Sure.
And also, let's take care of. Oh yeah, I did forget about Wolf. So let's see. Okay. Dazzle, Tribolo, and Jester. Also, let's just do Dancer and Tribolo. Melvin. Okay. Gladiatrix, so let's go with that one. Flip. There we go. We'll just want to flip. Oh, okay. Oh, that was nice, honestly. Okay. Let's go Paladin. And, Sage. Sage. A lot of changes still. An opportunity to really debate opinions was unlike. Well, let's see. This one has pretty sound taste, but they're going to go with that FF5 has been acknowledged as underrated for so long that it's overrated. Just after the game drags on, music mediocre outside of the food sounds and the plot can't be taken seriously. More than good gameplay, great by 1992 sounds, which was when FF5 originally came out of Japan, can make up for them, in their opinion. Yeah, this one's just not a fan of FF5. Vayne is one of the best villains in the series. Please. And then about another Mr. Chris take, it's well, what about Mr. Chris being a baby's first RPG was true, but it's been decades since Mr. Chris came out. It's been like 30 plus years. Years? Wilson, this next bit's gonna be fun. To say the very least. Ethan. Let's get back to the present. Okay, now we're back in the present day. And I'm okay. Hey, well, Dave, maybe you didn't notice this or not. Oh, yeah, love Shoppy Shop seal.
Huh.
Okay. There's an wall of blade. These falls. Full Wolf, Divine Wrath, Sage's Staff. Okay. Okay. Yeah, definitely like that. Let's grab one of these. These. Okay. Okay. So let's see what the Olmo has. Okay, Battle Shield's a magic Olmo. Battle Shield. Man, okay, that's good. Okay, but it's got no resistance. Everyone can use it. So, magic Olmo, that's Roy Noise will take put down ice. Heavy armor, which that could go to Wolf. Off. That's where that's going. And the seal helm. Almost like nothing down there. Now we can just proceed. And let's see where we need to go at this point. Oh wait, we need to go up. There's also a fragment here. And we'll deal with that. Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah. Another grave fragment. That's pretty nice. Okay, let's see what the nun has.
At first, there was but the faintest glow. But in time, the powers of the sacred stones commingled and took form, and the miraculous creation that now floats between them was brought forth from nothingness. Do not be fooled by appearances. To think it merely a lump of cold, dead rock would be a grave error. No, it is formed of the stuff of life itself.
And we do like
the
life.
The sacred stones are imbued with the hopes and dreams, the heartfelt prayers of all the people of this world. It is these that have given birth to this wonder. Now feel its power. Hear its call within your heart. Let the Sky Stone come to you.
Oh, wait, let's bring this Sky Stone in. Oh, wait, this is looking pretty good.
Did you feel it? Did you hear it in your heart? It is thanks to your efforts on behalf of this world and all those who live in it that this great wonder exists. It is yours to use as you see fit. Let it carry you to your destiny.
We like that. Okay. Yay. Now let's go down. So let's see what we have happening. Up we go. Yippee! Now we can use the Sky Stone. Sweet. Sweet. Okay. And now let's see where can we go. Okay, we have 2 spots where we can go. So let's see what we got over here. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, we can place this gray white bell. That's a complete. So. Okay. Two. Special Bay has a little something. And two. Let's see what we got. So let's see. Okay. Okay. Hey, let's get this. Okay. Suppose don't remember what holy pool is. It is, so let's see, holy pool. Oh, let's see. Oh, well, kind of close all the way, so let's slide over here. Okay, that puts us at maximum. Oh yeah, there we go. Gotta go right over there. So, okay. Hey. Here we go. Need to go right here. This is the place we couldn't get to previously. Hey, what's up?
Understood.
Okay, tell us something about how the world works. No such thing as chance, no coincidences. After the past has been open, this with everything else is called the Great Design. Like our hill was preordained. This is not the Gnostic always been here waiting. Almighty charged me with the ties of past at the last remnant of hope to the eventuality will one day come, and here we are. And, okay. Yippee, here's the black fragment. Okay, all told, well, you gotta place this in the lies deep beneath the old cavern held by human hands. Tablets complete. Press both the bell to the moment of the Almighty man's hand. Moment long ago and far away, gotta fit another list. It is our destiny. Okay. A stew. Okay. A stew. Let's see. Okay, what we got? Now back to Heal. Think we need to be Heal at Mitchell Bay? Question mark? Yeah, guess we have a little something something.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see what Mom and Pa have. Okay, we have a social duty here, so what is it? They're looking for you everywhere. King Don wants to speak to us. Head to the castle. Other patients see us, okay. Yeah. Okay. So what does someone want with this? Us? I guess a little back to these FF takes. Reaction to don't know. Join the fortress animal portal magical element to the FF12 low size magical nukes. Which they felt was lacking, like fair enough. Oh yeah. Okay. Hey, here we go. No. Okay, now we count back up to where it was now. But let's see what King Donald has with us. Very curious. Donald's been wanting to see us. May still sound for you. Okay. So we can say what we're gonna say to anyone. Well, of the certain dig site, yeah. What exactly is going on? An almost very ancient Catholic complex has recently been uncovered. No happy discovery, teaming with morsels and escape the content license, all those in the vicinity. Okay, yeah, so on. Okay, first time people have been attacked unprovoked. Okay. Something unspeakably awful is away in Downdale. Okay. Yeah, that's well did see. He did take a peek last night, but didn't want to deal with that, but now that is our destination. And now, back to some more takes. Okay, this ain't good. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, might as well save. Okay, just want to get the main metal list up. Okay, back to this again. FF hasn't been for a long time. The premier JRPG series has fallen back as the PS1, Suico and Blue FF out the while, and now have Trails. Another one, the Crucible series, consistent wise. And then on DQ being more consistent, absolutely. Me? But then about the reaction on the Suico / Trails. Else? Mean what you mean for me? Saying that it's not the best JRPG series? They agree. In which the reaction finds the coup to be better overall. Even this one's Dave FFs, they find better than any DQ. Yeah, that's definitely not good. Okay. Yeah, I have some new faces, Seal. You know? I'm gonna buy FF Reveal blah 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 was referring recognized the best. Yes. And then saying all of this reaction is taking Persona 5, not even close. The JRPGs now is Persona. It was FF 20 years ago, so we saw Capel now. Last good game on FF for this one was FF10, which, yeah. Then another reaction about this spiel. Also doesn't help that FF moves heavily away from the core of JRPG as the years have gone on. Like one may argue that FF 13 and 13-2 are JRPGs, but this one has a whole time saying that any of 11, 12, 13 Lightning Reveals, 14, and 15 all RPGs. So yeah, now this one doesn't think if FF have fantasies for JRPGs. This one all FF has the premier RPG back in the PS1 and 2 era. And this one was a gaming back in the NES and SNES era. And now not necessarily a reaction per se, but Persona 5 is not any more of a JRPG than FF game, so that'll be DQ11 for this one. But Persona 5 does define JRPGs over the last decade. It was the game that faced the way, and there's another game that will be remarked goals fondly as that of the recent gens. That's when he showed this as controversial show could be over in Japan. That Uematsu is that FF's Uematsu's a better proposal than Koichi Tsukiyama, and Tsukiyama was also bad. Was a bad person. And it's no knock on Koichi Tsukiyama, but do personally prefer Uematsu. So, after a mere reaction, the first poll, how about be the same as this, and of course, don't know anything of Koichi Tsukiyama outside of DQ. So really can't comment, though. Okay. Gotta go back up, okay. The flight mode. So let's see. Well, yeah, I should have healed. Okay. While you heal the scene, lightning's neutral. Okay, let's go with Zap. Cold Grief, that's good. Now spoils neutral.
Take that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Do remember the Miracle Sword, which Morphin can have, so let's bust that baby out. That's not good. 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 Okay. Okay. There we go. No Falcon Slash from Melvin.
A splendid
FF10 will be an 8 out of 10 if you can skip the cutscenes. The reaction to Persona 5 Trails. This one finds both Persona Trails are garbage. Everything wrong with modern RPGs are part of the reason the show one sucks. Waifu helm trash with poor equipment systems. Magic Wild. Okay. Yes, we're supposed to fall again. And this one has everything. A new enemy. Okay. 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 But with this one, everything after FF12 and the MMOs is all garbage shouldn't exist. That's a take. Take. Another one. No, this is definitely a spicy one. Why heal? Heal? Tifa is an incredibly bland and boring character on by far the world's of Seven's cast? Well, man, it's been a long time since I've done anything FF7 related. It is maybe somewhat agree. FF1's OG NES difficulties finding the player version that retains it with enough cool else of like the Royal Swan or PX1 versions. Yeah. Yeah, the reaction to Fawn is a bad, Fawn's great. Just about AMC. You know this. And speaking about the element, his best arcs is quote unquote guy issues. And then for reaction to a previous thing. I marked off that email. Okay. At the back to this reaction, the Q11 soundtracks the real thing about the game, and Tsukiyama is at fault for that. And like I said about Uematsu getting carried is twice as accurate for Tsukiyama. It is the fact that Phil's great composer got put on a pedestal despite Uematsu, Shimomura, and McGill to call only them having long since surpassed him, and the last one about Tsukiyama being gone doesn't make him immune to criticism. He guess Tsukiyama was a bad dude for don't know why. Not for his political stance and negotiatism, he's trash, all that. This one. Okay, for this one. First one. FF3 gave the most interesting plot twist of any game in the series when Mike can still just as bad as Dog if too much of it existed. Refer to the actual FF3. FF10 was a great game and Titus is fine. Yes. No real context is ever given as to why he apparently sucks, only just accepted his entire character does make sense. And FF2's the most fun game of play around, depending on the filter. Playing the filter when you can lose rapid stats helps the fun. This one's taking Yoko Shimomura over Uematsu. Reactions? Hell yeah. Shimomura take. This one will take Shimomura over most game proposals. Only one. On this one, Phil's beats Yoko Shimomura is lethal. Oh, playing a game with the capoeira controls the majority of your body. You're not playing a game. You play $60 to watch the capoeira by itself. FF10's not that good. Bullshit. Side quests, all sellable. Oh, and FF1 on OG NES difficulty is fine. Well, FF1 wasn't that hard, really, even on the NES. Only hopefuls run is the cheat stuff, which is instant death and the like, which only happens in a few times, like the ice cave being the most egregious still. Because though in FF1 on that's the last place before you can get access to target vanilla FF1 and every version, not counting any mods or that stuff. So vanilla FF1, regardless of version. And the ice cave is the last dungeon before you can get whipped. And the ice cave in FF1 is just awful, given what you have to deal with. Because you have mages who have an elevated spell list. I mean, an elevated ambush rate. Hey, and they come in groups of anywhere from 1 to 4. Oh. And then the OG, a mage's first spell is 1, which is a death. And it is death element. So it's possible your whole party could get wiped without being able to make a move. This is before ribbons and pull wings become available. Plus, even if you manage to survive that, mages have that infamous spell cycle of doom. Because they also got Fill 3, Lit 3, Bane, Slow 2, and Stun all in their spell cycle. Just nasty. And then there's a lot of undead enemies. There's a spike on the bottom floor. Okay. You got all that. Alright. And then of course there's a spike on the bottom floor of the ice cave. Well, it's a very number of undead.
Almighty One, surely you did not mean to do battle without me. Fear not, I am here and shall stand beside you come what may.
Pathetic! Relying on the support of a mortal! A pitiful puppy!
Fiend! You will not defeat me!
I'm over trying with the Almighty.
Fire punt!
The Almighty wants to go on its own.
Surely you cannot have... No! Why would you? Heavenly Father! Please! Curses! This cannot be! Master, do you really intend to die?
Finally you face the truth! Cast aside your allies!
Yet the Demon King wants a one-on-one.
Your strength has faded. Your physical form is damaged. You cannot defeat me, and you know it. You are almighty no more.
Yeah, this is
I am
no
the
good.
omnipotent one now.
Good?
I'm taking your life!
Well, it sucks. Oh, why oh my? Hi.
Did you still have such power?
This is the Almighty, of course he's got a lot of juice.
Darkness that will meet its end today, but light! You dare to defy the Demon King or Gothamir!
Yeah, that's not good. Well, that's not good.
The Almighty is no more. Evil reigns supreme. But
Yeah, this makes us want to take out Academia even more now. This is kinda not good. Well, okay, that dude looks kinda like Focus for Deku 9. Okay, now back to this little spiel on FF1's Ice Cave field. With the spike of the bottom floor. You're gonna see a various amount of undead enemies, all of them Castalia. Yeah. Yeah, those soul scrolls who have trance, which is unblockable paralysis, and is non-elemental, so yeah, can't block that. And the soul scrolls also have the infamous death touch of doom, though. Well, as well, which is also not very fun. There's the cockatrices who have a stone touch, and they do come with mummies who have sleep touch. And you can see Frost Wolves still not too bad, as they have Frost which is weak ice damage. It's unlikely you'll see Frost Dragons, which can come in 1 or 2 packs, and they have Blizzard, which does pretty decent damage at this point. But with Blizzard, and to a degree, the Frost Wolves Frost, plus, they can be resisted by a file if they have either the Flame Shield or Armor, doesn't matter which. And with a Ice, which requires a red or white mage, whistles are unwarmable. Last time you're gonna see them. Frost Giants are unwarmable. A Great Peace are one of the less threatening enemies of the Ice Cave. They're pretty uncommon. And you only see one of them, but they do hit pretty hard.
A splendid display.
And the eye who's blocking the floor, they're not that bad, but they do have a lot of status and death stuff they can throw at you. Yeah? And that leaves Red Bolts, which have nothing special about them. Those are the guys you want to see. Okay, we'll take this. Oh, here. There we go. So let's see what we got over here. Okay, we have 2 goodies. Goodies. Okay, we have a mimic. First time we're seeing one of these chumps. So yeah, that was just a little mini off tangent though. Okay, well let's power up moving. So back to these unpopular takes. Zap's good. Look on these guys. Yeah, the girl whack, that's not good. And of course, yeah, mimics have that quickly. That's fine. We got the miracle sold. Okay, Helm's Will does work on these guys. Yeah. Okay. And then back to the take. Then back to the thing about, well, the AI controls the majority of your poly, all that stuff. The reaction, that's found if you have no control of attacks, rolls, or equipment. I'll show how it's relevant here. The reactions, they don't like the thought about what you lose if it stats on FF2. Some other stuff. FF8 has the single best soundtrack of the whole franchise. Of course, haven't really touched 8. Personally, we go with FF4 with the best soundtrack, followed by 6. Pretty close. There's some more vacation goodness. And Mommy Bell, she's got Luminary done, so we can flip that.
Sure.
Okay, back to Persona and Trails being garbage. The reactions, they're the ones carrying the torch for purple JRPGs these days, and they have nothing to do with the problems the show has at present. As for core waifu hero trash, it's a nonsensical oversimplification and the equipment system, so fairly boilerplate JRPG stuff. Okay, Druid, that's good for Molly Bell. By Atrix, she's working on Thief. And let's just work on Thief for Molly Bell. Okay, Atrix getting close. Okay. Square Enix doesn't really want to make JRPGs anymore. They make Western RPGs, MMOs, action games, or just for JRPG stylized characters. Only exceptions Deku, because it's Deku. But you're never gonna see traditional TBFF ever again. Well, no, honestly, do agree on down the FF. Now, what does King feels like? On. Okay, the whole host on Moon to Poison. So let's hit this King slime bell. Okay. Yeah, it gets that. Let's. Oh, that's just a group. Oop. I thought the reaction to the DQ thing is Yoshiori has implied that DQ12 will be different from what came before, so we'll see about that. Whenever DQ12 does come out. Another reaction to Persona and Trails of Garbage. The reactions in old Soulshin second story was quote-unquote born. Yeah, the remake, yes, but Soulshin second story came out on the PS1 originally. Eh? And then now though, tell you this is going to FF10 on the low end of mediocre at best with the world's MC in the series. Hold no fell. FF6 while goods fall for the best in the series, certainly not the be all and end all. Again, that's a no. FF12 saw 5Es. He got no opinion though. And the reactions pretty much. And oh yes, on the reaction, good battle system and great OST as being all told with the world's MC. Snowfall 13 does come second. And let's see. Next one's thing with Titus, you're really not supposed to like him. And unchecked both unlikable and supposed to show these characters can be assets, but it's not black and white. They have good qualities as well. Especially for Jack, where Ewan doesn't see anything wrong with him. The next one's this one enjoys 8 a lot more than 7. They like Scroll's development. They also love Triple Triad, which is something not many people do enjoy, really. But this one also finds each world cap of thing with how it floats and feels. The reactions like, well, Triple Triad is pretty popular. Even a lot of H detractors do like Triple Triad. And it was even added in FF14, so that's saying something. And yeah, sure, feel. The reaction to DQ12, blah blah blah. Don't believe it'll be that different. After all, majority of DQ sales are from Japan. And Japan likes a tradition. He should drastically there would be a white. Given how Japan loves their DQ over there. No. In-game titles will be killed so by the vast majority of FF prototypes have the soul of their officials. That's interesting. And yeah, this is one that does not like 10 at all. Oh, 8 overworld themes, horrible. Oh, the reactions has to be the worst option I've ever seen anyone have. Okay, another diamond. Okay, we're good so far. I do wonder what the other way has. Okay, about this. So I do want to see what the other cell case leads. It's as well happen we go before we go back. Yep. Let's see what we go over here real quick. Okay, just nothing really. Okay, with this one. FF12 completely throws away its great potential by solving the game with tedious, repetitive puzzle-free quote-unquote dungeons. And then another Persona Trails garbage reaction. They feel like Persona is indeed overrated trash, but not for the reasons you say. Unlike Trails, at least Persona housed the waifu sub arcade. The real problem is that both of those is how tedious and fun they feel playing. In any case, this one will take only a Soulspawn over a more JRPGs. He said this one, this one had no interest in Triple Triad, in which RPGs were sort of putting in color games and fishing mini games. Okay, we have a G guys in. This one finds FF12 to be only blind and possibly the least favorite of the series, which they haven't played 1, 2, 3 of the MMOs at this point. They didn't like 7 Remake's battle system and anti-grind philosophy in general. World of FF is probably the best FF made after Square Enix merged. No opinion. Main series should have stayed in TV or ATV. Feel like, yeah, like an earlier one, they find FF8's overworld theme to be their least favorite, but they still like it though. And this one is at the end. They'll take in multiple swings at FF8, but they still love it. Still second favorite FF, ironically enough. Off. Now another reaction about the Soulspawn one. The reaction Trails House romance reasonably well, unlike Persona. It actually had some impact of the game. Persona's very full indeed from trash. Both series are top notch these days. About the AFF in at least a decade. So let's see. He had gone to 12 with Bosch. Love Ben Bell as 12's MC is nonsense. Now back to another reaction. And this is about the one mentioning about Trails romance is held well. It's about that. Official market flowing around for FF12. Game would be incredible if it had followed that more closely. Bullshit sections don't feel so sudden. Bosch and Galbraith get more exposition. Trails is Hall-like, which this one done 1 and 2, and they gave it a decent go. Criticized the equipment and all that stuff. Persona, they did up till Fish at the Hermit Party Mabel's Dungeon. Felt like a terrible Sims game with some RPG elements. Both have heroin waifu trope issues to the point they would be able to play them in front of someone else. Okay. Yeah, Sales is a decent villain. 7's the weakest cast of any FF. Pretty much every single character has been improved on in 7 Remake. Yeah, that's probably the most unpopular take do think on FF. Of that 7, at least OG 7, has one of the less favorite casts do find personally. Related to that. Doesn't matter if it's OG 7 or remake, don't count for Cloud Tifa or it's just, no. Love better in both. What they did with Avalanche with Jesse, Base, and Reg, big upgrade 7 remake. The reaction to about 12 doors away to potential. That one. Those will great draft, all this. Okay, 1. That might be controversial. But this one feels like 7 has the even better cast than 9. And 7 has the best cast in the series. Both great. But 9 seems to have the one that wins the fan polls, and they say no. And then on 9, which can't comment on, because I've never touched 9. But they'll take a Cloud over Sidon, Sephiroth over Kucha, Eris over Garnet, Bella over Sion, Sid over Freya. Yeah, they'll take it Red 13 and even Kate She over Fifi. So, on. And then reaction about the 12 Morgan. Gotta be silly embarrassed, all that. Mono's a terrible horse and they don't like his own. And the reaction is, yeah, compared to most of the game artwork at the mess, and the vast majority of his designs are all but unrecognizable. So don't gets it worse. Another reaction to this one from the TC. A model style for drawing humans is something. And then a reaction about Soulja 2. Soulja 2 had the choose your love interest mechanic with several options way back in 1999 when that originally came out on the PS1. While Cold has his by no means a quote-unquote modern JRPG mechanic, pretty sure Soulja was even the only game to do back then. Kinda still like call out the Trail series. Cold Steel's the face of the series, but even if you count Revelry, it's still less than half of the series' latest entry, so one of the ones, yeah. Okay, now we have another reaction here. And this is about
Excellent.
4 has a weak story, 15's great, 12 over 10, 7 remake over OG. People like FF8 the most because of nostalgia, always the best antagonist. Sidon's the best war tag, Keiichi and Lua Foya all the way in, and 15 has arguably the best music in the series. The reactions, the reactor agrees with most of this list. They'll nose on Sidon being the best war tag. And Keiichi can go die in a fight. And happen to be yes on Keiichi. He going in a fight because also did not like Keiichi out that much. Like, well, this will be a good one. Subtle Bolt. Oh, wait, so that's pretty good. Man, a lot of cell cases. But the last bit is they find Luna for your boy. They saw like her moments before it didn't matter anymore. Oh. I done with this one. But for this one, FF2's really good. Yes. And 6 is vastly overrated. Wanna go quite that low? I do kind of agree with 6 being overrated somewhat. And this is coming from someone who loves FF6. Another one. But this has got some meat. Fantasy Soul 4 and Single Kills are both better than any game in the FF series, bar none. Don't know, barely sneezed at Fantasy Soul 4 and haven't touched Single Kills, but do have Single Kills and Fantasy Soul 4 both. We watch you while good, The music done by Falcon Cell Team makes this work pale in comparison. And now back to the FF end of things. And this one's got a fair bit. Okay, let's see. We haven't seen these guys. FF 1, 2, 3, all average at best, boring or bad even in the next generation. If 2 had a better leveling system, it would be the breakout hit. FF4, especially the PSP version, is one of the best in the series, along with 12 at the best being attacks. If 8 didn't have the Guardian Force and Cold system, it would be the best stylistically appealing game in the series. Peace. FF7 and 7 Remake are both average games that got hyped due to 7 being many people's first JRPG. Absolutely whole fucking yes of that. Nice double quit though. Nine spelled to 7, don't know. FF10's average at best. No. Don't personally say it's only surpassed by the 13 trilogy in how terrible it is. Yes, Mr. Quest spell? Okay, they're on. They need to get off the wacky backy, though. FF15 have completely would have been one of the best in the series. Also, the Big Bad. Ready. Yeah, that's what. That's a good point of what do know about FF15 is the potential was there, but it just was released unfinished. 5 is vastly underrated, and 6 is better than 7, but not as good as 4 or 5. Well, we'll agree on 5 being underrated. 6 is better than 7, absolutely. But 6 not being as good as 4 or 5, have to say no though. Well, another minute. And then immediate reaction. And then heal. Okay. And this one is thrilled about FF7 being people's first RPG. But the reaction is FF7 was this one's 4th RPG after Souls and Second Story. FF8 at the Epic, that's Recon 2. And also 6 is good but not great game. That 7 surpassed every conceivable way. Happened to be the opposite on 6 and 7. FF8 barely touched. Suikoden 2 never played. And Social Second Story have only played the remake, not the OG. And then for FF7 being a lot of people's first RPG. Shit. FF7 was the 5th FF did play, okay? And then, of course, I've done a lot of RPGs on the PS1, but personally, as far as concerned, gruntiest folks FF7. And then another reaction about the first FF7 first RPG, blah 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 blah. Most people in this one's age group probably play Pokemon first, and that's a JRPG in their books. Even though the battles play out a bit different, which it does in Pokemon. On. And then, well, this one has some reactions as well. First one's about gotchas. The second, Square Enix doesn't really want to make RPGs anymore. Top of the class. That's okay. Hey, happen to be a little curious, you know. Okay, looking up at the class. Yes. Okay. A award for mastering and fast vocation for the first sign, which has to be Edric mastering the heal. Oh, okay. I was curious about that. And he's close champion as well. I also was kind of wondering, like, what? I'm like, okay. Hey. Hey, back to Square Enix doesn't really want to make JRPGs anymore. Well, the reactions, they more accurate, they don't want to make FF. In particular, traditional anymore. They make Deku, but they also make inside stuff like Bravely and Octopath stuff that leads more to the JRPG formula. It seems like whoever's in charge of FF doesn't want to make games like the first 10. That's up to whoever's on said FF. That can't be helped, though, honestly. Yeah, for the last one, which is about highest seal in particular. That's why you can like a character without liking him as a person and so on. But then another reaction about the FF stuff, blah 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 blah. Seem to be contrary to the greater opinions of personal stuff. Okay. Hey. And then another reaction about FF7 First RPG. This one, first was FF Official Legend, the one that's actually part of the series, series. The secret magical trigger to FF5 and 6 in the 90s. And this one did do a lot of FF7 back in the day. Hey. But this one can't do the Miracle Soul Sally. At least Ice can't. Okay. At the FF is up of the Melvin Sky. That would help. Okay. Can't tell the high cheek, so. Okay. FF7 is what this one they love, which they consider to be the best era of gaming, which is the PS1. They will always have nostalgia for 7. They even played 8 for the first time, will scoff at the idea of 7 being better, not mention later entries like 10. And maybe because they did Paul Trigger first is the reason that I have to stick on my ass about FF6 like so many of his fans. Battle boring every time. There's the Miracle Soul for Ice. So we try to get rid of that damn high cheek still. Okay. There we go, need that. Okay, let's flip this. Okay. And then about a little bit of this stuff about FF RPG, blah 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 blah. Well, HBM Hill started with FF1 and DQ1 on the NES. Yes. Yes, so yeah. Also did Dragon Warrior 3 and 4 on the NES. Zelda 2 on the NES. Yes. Yes, Big also did FF4 and possibly the Mission Quest before FF6, but definitely did do FF1, 4, 6, and Mission Quest before OG FF7. And loved FF6, loved FF4, would even take FF1 over 7. And another reaction to the above, we're going 8. It's a die-hard minority of critics attacking 8. Another reaction to Gorgeous. Well, the resale troll, which did skip over. This one loves Sifu more than FF actually, but Sukiyami's historical revisionism makes this one hope he's trying, since one of the countries in Japan fly away, which, yeah, that's something. And that's something we'll rather not dive into. Okay, now this one's definitely got some takes. Takes. Okay. This one's got some takes. The FF1, 2, or 3 all unplayable junk. Like, yeah, FF1 had a lot of bugs. FF2 and 3 didn't originally come to the US. Yes, and out of the first 3 FFs, yes, did enjoy FF3 the least. Least, honestly. FF6 is average and isn't that much well to 4 and 5. The plot character development is spellbones. Yeah, I can see that. I don't think character development in 6, or the lack fell off. Of 7's character models are the ugliest of the whole series, like a cross between Lego bricks and Popeye. 9's definitely the most juvenile FF. FF10 story doesn't make sense. FF6 being average, no it's not. Not that much better than 4 and 5. 5, yeah, I do agree that 6 isn't that much better than 4 and 5 though. No. 12's gameplay top 3. 13's the world's RPG ever made, oh no. FF15 story could have been good if there were more cutscenes. The MMO's all FFs. And yeah, this goes with this FFLT sandwich I've touched on before. Oh, yeah. Who in their right mind puts FF7 and as the world's FF?
Splendid display.
No. 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 Oh, and out of the mainline FFs have finished. Personally have 3 at the bottom. And out of the FFs have played, personally have 16 at the bottom. The 7's character models are the ugliest in the series like an OG 7. That's unpopular opinion. And this one, though, that's one of the few things that almost every FF fan agrees on. Yeah, I mean, FF7 aged awfully. Hey. Yeah, Tier 2's the top 3 FF. That's a hot take. Why does Melvin have that Morning Soul equipped? He should not have that. This one's mentioned, and yeah, the whip and Morning Soul got flipped there on Aisha and Melvin. I guess this one's made on previous threads. But Tier 2 has this one's favorite ATB combat in any game. One of the few RPGs they actively look forward to random accounts and will accidentally blind in. Yeah, I mean that's Tier 2. Who had the ATB combat? Oh yeah, saw that.
I feel great.
Okay. Looking at okay, well they'll bottom left. Skip that dude. Now we'll okay, that just backtrack this. That's okay about the reaction to the MMOs on FF games. The reaction is that depends on how you define it. Do the MMOs play like other FFs? This one says no. Then 12 came out. Does have FF at the title? It does. And even doubled as is mainline. Back in 11, SWAT told this one FF was no longer going to be traditional. 12 only submitted. Some more reactions. It's a lot of reactions. And seeing some Super Mario 3 game mission in these threads and the reactions. Then with this one on. Really, if you're objective about no FF game means yourself to all RPG games as a whole. They'll make better RPG. These are not FF than FF. Typically, FF games are compelled against each other, not all RPGs in general. No? And then back to Persona being overrated trash. Back to that again. No, and this is about Persona overrated trash and Soulspawn stuff. Reaction. This one's not a fan of Persona. They prefer mainline SMT and most of the other spin-offs, mainly because they put more emphasis on the gameplay side. SMT, with interesting stories and settings, include games like Straight Shooting, Devil Summoner, Soul Hackles. This one wouldn't go so far as to call Persona trash, but it does have a lot of filler. Which, yes, on that. This one does enjoy the combat and dodge side of things, but they also enjoy that in SMT. Now that stuff. And this one feels like FF5 has a great soundtrack that gets overshadowed. Everyone knows and loves Clash of the Big Wish, but the game has many other great tracks like Unknown Lands.
Excellent.
And this one, at the time, they hadn't done much FF, but it's just 3DS remake, OG 6. Their first FF was 10, and 12. Also came host 1 and 2 for semi-related spin-offs, and that ilk. And some people will say they really don't care for the ATB stuff. Basically, 4 through 9 much preferring either more traditional TV, like the DS3, or the CTV, which is traditional, like 10. And with this one has a few. Zodiac Gauge version 12 is one of the best in the series. Saying all that. FF10 has one of the least interesting stories in the series. No. 15-2 is a lot of fun for what I played? Yes. And 14 is the best thing Trail's done since 9. Have no interest in 14. And then this one. They'll take it. 10-2 spelled the 10-1 in every way, except for the story. Even though they think the story of 10-2 is really not that bad. They have a whole time going back to 10-1 after 10-2. 10-1 is so boring at times. 10-2 is never boring. Doesn't take itself seriously. Yeah, no. Just know that the reaction to the FFs, the other FF takes, they agree with most of it, and they'll a yes on 15 being auto-weighted. Some stuff. Okay, this as well, Miss and Mash kill. You know what? Metric just says I choose. I feel like filling that up. Yep. Okay, let's gain enough of that. Just single fire. We can fill Edgery Capsule to fight. Alright. Okay. What about the take on non-FF game measures up to all RPGs as a whole? The reaction is not that I disagree, but when games are objectively better than AFF. What about the one that doesn't care for ETB, but is into CTB? Yes, especially the CTB, which is the traditional turn base. The 10-2 being about the 10-1, literally only at this will only replace 10-1 for the sake of other people. They won't do a lot of the side stuff. They'll even hit you about every aeon. But yeah, Dolce Lightning or racing with the time of 0 seconds again. Yeah. Yeah, the Lightning Dolce and Chocobo racing in FF10 can go burn in hell. Just hate that at 10. And so let's try this one. This has to be our way forward. Which is, we'll grab this. And we'll tell Marion, oh, that's gotta be okay, do suppose. We have another goodie up here. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, out of my way, dude. Oh man, that's why I've been forgetting to flip Eldritch.
Sure.
Heck. 10-2 spell system could charitably be called garbage. No. No. Now let's see with Eldritch, which she needs to really work out some other stuff. Okay. Let's go Shuffled and Sage. Sage. The full Aish. Let's see what she needs. Okay, let's give her a Paladin. That would be good for now. Oh, there. Okay. Hey, so let's see. One of these reactions about no FF measures up to other things. The reaction Nelson do feel like FF is the mainstream, appeals to the greater masses. Battle games for those more heavily into the genre. This was more casual on the JRPGs, which is fine, but they'll take going on over more FF. They'll give a shout out to Fantasy Star because they don't care for sci-fi or Star Wars yet, but they also like those, and those the big bad though. Okay, another reaction about FF, but reaction to FF being the mainstream, and the reactions they're not so sure. Many of the old FFs are solid, with few serious flaws on their games. This one does still play on FF tags, but it's more of an exception than the norm. Some that didn't age well, or others that could have been better. Although most of the old FFs are solid with properly implemented functional systems on them. So all this stuff, and okay. They make more sense to compare games on an individual basis than on a franchise basis. And what they're using as an example is this guy falls a billion times throughout the FF tags. X. The Discover falls spell that AFF have also freewheeled. I mean, trying to compel different RPG styles like strategy against turn-based sets. I do get where they're coming from. Not the one like Saga Frontier 2 spell that every FF. And of course, the reaction to all that is they never said FF was spelled. Pound for pound is their fave. Of course, this one didn't mean they like going some more, but that only has 3 tiles compared to what FF has. Okay. Hey, of course, this one's not saying FF as a series is bad, whether they'll battle RPGs as a whole. They have mentioned what they got. And so on. And let's see. We have 2 main emails we can turn in. Okay. 915 fights. 2. Okay. Okay, okay, just seeing what we have. And looks like I had some, big boys, so what I could wind up doing is just do a little, grindy grind. Oh yeah, that's why you got the, let's use this to get back. So, let's see. Any questions? Okay, seems like we have an actual list for a change instead of a lot of reactions. Now we can get out of this malign shrine. So something. Oh, they're like for many males. And let's go to the Pure Piety. A default a list here. Oh wait, went to the oh yeah, that's why we need to go back to the past Pure Piety. Eh? And then for this one, FF6 is more important to the industry than people give it credit for. One of the earliest titles to prove games as a serious, credible, multimedia storytelling medium. Also one of the earliest full-scale games to have a female MC. She manages to pass most moral tests for female characters, referring to Terra on sex. X. 2. Even the bad mainline FFs and communities aren't actually bad games in the greater scheme of things. Tifa in OG was never a strong female character. She acted almost entirely in service of Cloud. This is why if we make switch, they made her good. That's a take. Which for Generation 2 whichever one barely made sense. It's FF7 is political, don't know how people can say it isn't. And then the last one is no, it's not all that's wrong with FF, and Sakaguchi is everything that's right. Right? Games were always a mixed bag of goals. Introduced many of the ideas we love, but Sakaguchi gets credit for. Oh, also look at what Sakaguchi's makes us leaving. If you were to go like Fig or some make him out of beat, then you would have had more success. Not to knock him though. The people totally overrate his contributions. Totally get well they were coming for him. The lead's lethal anti-hero, anti-villain. He's straight up villain. Okay, so another list. Yes. Its Psych and Tifa are way too overhyped and not top male or female FF characters outside. Main selling point is the showing personality and Tifa her design. I have never touched Crisis Skull, so can't comment on that one. Tifa's main selling point is her design, yeah. Hey. Vaughn is as bad as people make it seem. He's not great, but he's also not terrible either. You know, Bill T had more hate than deserved because hanging on was training. It's not even top 3 world FFs. Yes. But then it's a little overhyped. Can agree with that. Alright. Okay. This one has some more. also with Elizabeth was a bit air from storytelling perspective. It doesn't carry the way people claim. Yes. Yes, kids, honestly, don't remember Elizabeth how I felt about that. Alright. Sony and 17 seem to play all Bell games that are good FFs. They'll talk you compelling to FF games is silly. Yeah, dude loves the persona. Scully is going to write a good amount of if their lives depended on it. Alright. And this one would go so far as to add, with the exception of maybe Sedona or Garnet, they tend to ruin the characters when they do. That was the best female MC the series has had. Okay, arguably, yes. Sion's a great character, which not sure how people feel about Sion, honestly. Vivi's the best male MC the series has had, considering one of the MCs of 9. Several Remake has the best battle system in the series, but most else games shall have a better battle system, discounting production values. And then a reaction. It is like they don't think Sion being a great character is so powerful, but the reaction is they did once get into a fight with someone who assisted Shortgirls over his personal loyalty while Owen. Vivi being one of the MCs, don't know if it's on Pablo, doesn't make sense. But the reaction fights Vivi overweight. And okay. Okay. He's got the best thing in the series. Personally, could give that to like 10. Okay. Okay. Classic ATVs, the world's combat system ever created. And this one's got a list. Skull came across to this one as a massive asshole, more ways than one. See people make arguments about the English localization.
Heavens strike thee!
And being about phone, but Square recently did a remaster of Aiden's Falls. They know they changed nothing with this dialogue and reactions. 12 is less automated than 13. They won't even say that's an opinion, it's a straight fact. They don't think 13's combat's deep or challenging, finding it to be pretty shallow or boring. This one enjoys playing members with set classes, far more than blank slates that can be carbon copies of each other. Yes, or that! They think, hey, Tetral Master's just as good as Triple Triad 9, just doesn't bother telling you what the extremely important symbols of the code means. Most of the villains in FF aren't that great. Hey, and it's pretty much all the big ones. Well, attacks wasn't as great as people made it out to be. Still haven't touched tax. And most of the villains in FF aren't that great, which will agree. Okay. And then with what they mentioned, Gomez loved, X-Dev good, Kefka legendary, Sephiroth overweight, Onimisha haven't gone, barely touched a, Simo was good. Well, Tantalus was fine. And then Older is 15. So I'll try and fight some more. Okay. Hey, well, reaction to fight soundtrack being great. 8. And this was, there were whole yes on fight soundtrack. And this one's throwing some in. And this one didn't find tags or trails plots interesting. Just couldn't get invested. They can't sound most designs. Full has aged the worst of all the old FFs for them. The total inability to customize your party kills the gameplay. And the plot loses all interest the moment Cecil becomes a paladin. All it has going for them is the soundtrack. They'll teach World was a mess and hopefully explode, but they think it's one of the most interesting in the series. Okay, do partially agree with that. Trails are playable without the fast forward feature they added in the Zodiac version, especially the first few hours. They respect the fact that FF2 try to be different. Be new experimental. Why on the heels of the huge success that was FF1, the experiment was mostly a failure, but the attempt was admirable, so they're at least given to some respect. Act. Something about Trails dialogue just irks this one. Okay, Eldritch just outside of anything, Bell. No, they don't get the love for most of 6 characters, especially Lucky character. While they do like the soundtrack, the awkward scene was kind of dumb. And then all those stuffy stuffs. Okay, yeah, we really could do something. Okay, yeah. Okay, well, just trying to get up to the overworld. Here we go. Yeah, okay. Now let's see. Well, okay. Yeah. At the final. Hey, something that's not reaction related. With this one, starting off, FF6 is the most overrated FF, perfectly fine, but for this one's the low half of FFs. So many people say it's the best or underrated, but to this one, they'll take a PS1 or 2 era FF, and they actually like FF4 if going based on SNES era, but it's not overworked or underrated. The other unpopular take, they find FF15 unplayable, not just disappointing. It's unplayable. Most of the series, but straight up the only FF they would say will be completely skipped. All the others have some sort of fun, making it worth playing except 15. If they were doing a full FF marathon, going through the main series balance on, they would simply help to cut mules on their common self and have a better experience. Characters suck, design stink, gameplay had zero depth, special tedious, the plot's bad, and the game's unfinished. Should have never been released. And therefore, the underrated FFs, 9, is amazing top tier. The way people talk about 6 is how they should talk about 9. Not their favorite, but man, it's up there. 13, they will also say, yes, harsher critiques than it deserves. Yes, they will put 13 at the low half of FFs, but there's just so much it really does well, and overall definitely worth playing. The sequels are also currently overlooked. And then for this one, the only FF 7, 8, and 9 are still worth playing. And Sephiroth's theme's the world's FF track. And 15 is probably the worst game they've ever tried to play and get into.
All in a day's work.
A reaction to someone finding Chrono Trigger so boring they didn't even want to continue after out. Dill. And only also do get a well done couple fun. They do like Chrono Trigger for maybe an hour on the DS. Many years back. Still never went back. To this day. Hey, and then another reaction. And Chrono Trigger. To someone finding Chrono Trigger boring. This one don't know about Chrono Trigger personally, but this one had played Chrono Cross at the time. They got to story-related stuff, and they were still left scratching their head. They've heard for years about the game's amazing plot. They couldn't find it. Right? And then, now for another little list. First one. This one, like FF15, Spatial Hills of Paradise was sellable. I know it's not so bad to its good situation, it's just bad. And sitting on Spatial Hills of Paradise, this one finds the first 3 FFs very slow boring to the point they're almost unplayable. But they haven't played any of the remakes or remasters. And the last ones, they don't find FF6 that great. It was okay, but they never got the hype. Play as a kid and as an adult. That's honestly how I feel about FF7. Okay.
All in a day's work.
And this was very little work with the junction system. And then the reaction to about some Chrono Cross there. And then the reaction to little one with the junction system and the reaction is the total flip side. There were quite big things wrong with the junction system, and see that was blissfully ignorant. And then this one finds FF9 is trash. So slow that any enjoyment of the story and characters is only removed. And then other reactions and all of that.
Easy peasy.
And this one finds Evilus to be the best FF world today. And this one loves the PS1 era FFs. And the reaction is, don't think it's all possible take.
Splendid display.
And this one, FF12, is fantastic and should be recognized in everyone's top 5. Keep our love going. By default, the best selling point and hub location in the series. FF9 is one of our favorites, but they don't kill for Fifi. Yes, nothing to do why this one loves 9. Reactions indeed not a bad character, but overrated. And more reactions. 8 has the second best ending of the series. And then reactions was the best. Yeah, just trying to just be able to trash. Work hours of occasions. Okay. This one feels like the enjoyment of FF8 heavily relies on if you enjoy the scroll with Noah. It didn't work for this one, that's why FF8's on the roll in for them. Game mechanics don't bother them. That's not that much in a story game. Becoming OP with Junction is kind of fun, actually. Now they wish the fan theory about Orimisha is Renoa was true. More reactions.
We did it.
And then reaction about the laughing scene for Tense, really well acted. Even if it's cringe, yes. The reactions, yes. And honestly, they kind of agree though. And this one doesn't count about the VA working FF10, both English and Japanese. And then the reaction to why are they will you take over 8? Then here's the one. Oh no, of course, the about the one asking which is the best. That's the reaction to the previous one. On is they admit to the one who doesn't like 10 at all. This one finds 10 saying to be the best. The with 10 being the best, that's the Aang. Second, they have 8. Third is 9. They pretty much like every FF except 13 have mixed feelings about 12, but for them, 10 and 8 have the best 8s. The not even sure what would they'll certainly have at second. It could take possibly FF4.
All in a day's work.
Oh, at second on Angst, only behind 10. And if for those that haven't done, that's let's see, Tensei. Yeah, Tensei's gonna kick you away in the nuts, straight up. Yep, and that the reaction that makes Tensei among the world's not the best. Unambiguously happy over Bell 3 every time. That's all I'm gonna say though. I feel like that's where we're gonna drop that. About the probable takes, that's getting a little old, honestly. Yeah, back to the. There was a little more action on the obscure hidden gem stuff. So let's see. The children more wish to have that. Play a dungeon crawler with worldwide light, height, and RPG elements. Do have children more. Next up, Esoteric Ebb, haven't heard of that. Paranormal Side 2, haven't heard of that one. Moose of the Diamond Head, really haven't heard of that one. This was from 2025, Blades of Fire, not familiar with that one. Dead Zone Roll gets a blast, don't know that one. And Vampire Ball still need to grab that at this point in time. Have to see how that looks, honestly. Okay.
We did it.
Every PS5 exclusive, non-full, etc. that you have. This one just with the pole. Oh, refer to Russian Clank with the pole. No, that's one. Do have. And this one's saying if you mean in the PS5 titles not full. No, oh, it's like 40 plus. This one has. This one has Ghost of Fury, which don't have that one. Astro Boss full exclusives. Love the Astro Bot, which have that. FF7 Rebuild, never got it. FF16 had Fantasy Limited Edition, sold that. Spider-Man 2, Death Stranding 2, Rise of the Warren, which will time exclusives. What's that little play being timed exclusive? If and okay. Well, let's see. Have to really think on that. Oh yeah, Astro's Playroom is one new memo, which came with the system digitally. Hey. Well, we have to think. It's don't remember offhand. And okay. Hey, let's see. I mean, would say Expedition 33, but oh, that's right. Expedition 33 was multi-platform. Duh. Okay. Hey, can't really think of any others based on what I'm looking at here. Yeah, I guess maybe Neptunian refills, maybe. That may be about
We did it.
At least from what I can think of, and everything else. Looking at maybe Trails of the Sky, Phil chapter, maybe, but don't think so. No. No. Oh, okay. Well, now. Oh, this one is back to this little twist about the world's PS4 game. Many people have played. I gotta go back a little bit. Like Old Slayer Back for Blood. Pretty much anything where it was meant to be made for next gen and shows.
That's quite enough.
Soul Shine Fallen Oil. It's just taking Grease. And Watch Dogs 2.
All in a day's work.
And then, of course, going back to Greece. That was some commentary from this one. For Greece, based off a recommendation and a brief look at gameplay video, kind of thought this would vaguely hit the same notes as the Missing JJ Nick Field and the Island Memories Missing. You know, it goes about some other stuff. The one on Watch Dogs 2 never played any other game in the franchise. I probably never will. I played my friend and the HPM pick for World's PS4 game have played so far. Definitely World Rage. They just like the old World Rash tiles, but just bad. This one's Albio Umbrella Call. Referring to Resident Evil. Unknown City Outcast 2. And then reaction to Albio. Yeah. Fucking awful game. Silver Case, probably the most boring best one I have played. On the same video. This one's got Solar Fairy 6, which is a shame because the characters are intriguing, all works excellent, music sublime, plot deep and interesting. None of it matters where the programming sucks. Game's a bug-filled mess, even accepting that the difficulties curve resembles balloon animals. Also, let's see. Okay, Solar Fairy 6. It's, not even sure if half hour or not. This one, mission sells a lot of shuffle well album. What this one's played is Assassin's Creed. Ooh. Not only the world's AC series, also one of the worst games they've ever played. They can't stand the clunky controls, terrible story, nonsense and soundtrack, downgraded stealth, pay-to-win elements, all of that. And this one's taking The Last of Us, Evil Within, Fallout 4, UFC 4, and Resident Evil 0. And both them, let's see only the games that were hyped or overhyped, or look promising, interesting enough. I got some money-spent on production, development, all that. I count the games that were meant to be bad or well done at the lowest possible budgets. This one really does enjoy them as they totally fulfill their purpose. And then me, a reaction like Last of Us or Resident Evil 0, like, what? What? And then the Wii action.
All in a
Didn't know
day's
how to
work.
enjoy the same games as you did. My bad. And then out of what this one has Soul Tricks. Really bell-bound, shoot 'em up along with truly poor graphics. Only briefly played Soul Tricks. Thanks. Except for this one, they'll take it to call 18. Driving's not good. A lot of things wrong, clear all that, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this one's taking Guild Club Unlimited 2. This one, Yakuza 3 Remastered, constant blocking enemies moving like crazy. You have to spam the tiger drop. Baseball mini game, which they decided to remove the cross-hell for some reason. And the Pool game. And this one's broken. They're gonna say broken. And of course, this was like some people this have been blessed by not being exposed to truly awful games. This one sees a lot of AAA titles listed, guaranteed none of those are as bad as not even familiar at all. No, but the second one they mentioned is World Rage. Terrible, avoid World Rage on the PS4. Oh, and yes, do have the platinum to World Rage. Extreme Wrestling here are absolutely deplorable excuse for a game. Pretty sure was the point, knowing they could release that whole with garbage on PlayStation Sony and allow it to PS4, blah blah blah. This one had recently played Ultimate Wall Climbing Challenge at the time. Bad, just kept breaking. The reaction to the last zero person, like mind-boggling. What games you actually consider good? Highly popular games that said maybe UFC 4, but the only downfall was being worse than 2/3. Still good game. This one had never played Host Racing 2016. There's a difference between didn't like it and worst game of PS4. Yeah, it looks pretty bad. Probably gonna be bound by flame for this one, but they'll save it, they'll hard take just to avoid the fandom of that. Seems to
All in
do.
a day's work.
Then back to the reaction for the one that mentioned The Last of Us, Resident Evil 0, and others. Kills. Also, they do. The one they could arguably take out the list as powerful, but still have arguments. And the UFC fall, as mentioned previously, was an initial downfall for the UFC 3 title and so on. Even within, this was probably the most frustrating one they ever encountered. They mentioned controls, bugs, Last of Us will let down for this one, which they were hoping that The Last of Us would be, people say, is, but it just ultra disappointed. Resident Evil Sequel, which they mentioned, Noel Neil Resident Evil, or HD, whatever. Now they mentioned got the explanation. Now they can move on. They do mention some of the good games they've played, since people have been curious. Yes, they mentioned the Dark Souls trilogy and Bloodborne, Assassin's Creed, Brotherhood, Black Flag, Early God Wolves, May 1, 2, 3, Ascension, Chase of Olympus, and Ghosts of Sparta, Far Cry 3, Heavy Rain, and Beyond Two Souls. Listen as they came out together. Shadow of the Colossus, and the Yakuza series. He's mentioning seeing so much all fall. Oh, I'm okay with Ice. She's got shepherds.
Sure.
And so this one's mentioning Cold Dharma 7 Mysteries of Fuji Solo. That game made this one miss their commitment. And yeah, as someone who's not into visual novels really, and yeah, I also did not like Cold Dharma at all, and also do have to plot to that one as well, like with World Rage. Fallout 4's pretty easy for this one. A little bit of Planet 3. Fallen Knight, Mega Man Zero Clone, that did not have much going for it. But this one will take my number 9 over Fallen Knight. And that says anything. Anyhow, this one's taking Deadbolt. Atom of Marvel's officials, either one of those two. Likes a show game for PSN that's extra. Okay. This one has a bunch of games style worlds, mostly animes from PS Plus. But the one that this one was looking forward to playing that didn't enjoy at all was Hollow Knight, of all things. Still haven't gone to it. They gave Hollow Knight a fair shake. They did take out the first two bosses. It's just they were not enjoying it. And will no taking damage when dropping on Lake enemies to a 2D platform should be illegal. Think of Mario. Oh, Sonic. Seeing okay, not that really. The Rival City Girls haven't touched that series. He said that for this one's Welcome to the World, CJ the Bone, never even heard of it. They were going through a feeding phase at the time. Yeah, they regretted that. Okay. This one's doing two different things. On the Shovelwell side, Little Official and the Furry have read about that is fully bargain, among other things so evil remember. Then for the other side, that is Shovelwell. But they'll toss out Evil Speed Rivals, tedious, boring as hell, though they did both sacks for whatever reason. Suffice they did select Super Bomberman all. Oh, okay. Game itself is fun. The total trophy sucked. And I'm gonna say on the Superman all, which have put a crap ton of time on that. It's been a while, but I have like, I think over 350 hours of Super Bubble Man all. Oh, and yes, the total trophies this was referred to are the Million Bombs and Million Brick trophies. And yes, those two trophies fucking suck. Straight up. Totally unnecessary. This one's got Goosebumps, Fast and Furious, Spy Racers, Rise of Shifto, and Clonoa Fantasy Referee Series. And little explanation for this one. Goosebumps have potential. They blew it. No VAs, no jump skills. All that blah blah. Fast and Furious, claimed they had spoiled the Fast and Furious theme. And Clonoa's the worst platformer they play. And then, of course, this one's taking Fallout 76. So much potential being super glitchy and not fun, plus the lack of NPCs made it feel pretty lifeless. And there was another one this one could get into. My name is Mail. Shuffle well, enough said. Okay, Unicorn Princess Hill, bought for this one bought at the time for the little doll they had. You love some unicorns and princesses. Okay, sound reasoning. She was fed with it after 10 minutes. Let's at 16 euros. Thankfully, they only paid 3 euros, so that wasn't a complete wash, thankfully. Beyond awful, enough said. I'm like we necessarily he's the one they hated the most, going for the 100%. This one, the first one's Assassin's Creed Uni, disappointed that so much they skipped saying it when it first came out. Nowadays, Uni's actually fun fully patched out the PS5, but still the weakest overall. The bonuses, those only with Cyberpunk. Yeah, the initial PS4 release was awful, do remember that. But after all the patches and subsequent PS5 versions were their favorites. And do remember seeing Cyberpunk at launch, it just was undercooked. Personally, not interested in Cyberpunk, but yeah, the second one generally, they'll generate Rex after Ancient Providence. It's the world's game of their trophy list. Yes, PS3, but so bad they had Shelley. That sucks. For this one, V-Rally Fall, slide down shovelware tile, just for a plaque. They won't remove the slide. That's why I do personally avoid shovelware. Well, this one, Overwatch. Yeah. There was very good reason why I have Overwatch on the no playlist. Don't expect crap like Overwatch, period. What's straight with who's white boys with attitude. Schoolgirl zombie horror is what this one's taken. But was supposed to be a third-person shooter, the aiming sucks, especially for the sniper rifle, making some mentions that you have to mainly use it to complete them is a pain in the ass. AI and teammates are dumb. They did get the platform anyway, had some fun, but the controls really made the grinding a pain. And Phil certainly confirmed that. Bias the flag. Alright. Yeah, this was taking Cyberpunk 1.0, which now PS4 refused to connect to the old-time Wi-Fi, which at the time they were saying at a hotel while waiting to move into the place. And they were forced to play the unpatched version. That sucks. Now, recent memory for this one, after the Cyberpunk reaction, I'm gonna watch 2. Gold Simulator and everyone's going to the rap show.
Easy peasy.
Gold Simulator, for obvious reasons, made to be a working man's on purpose. Like you have at least been fun, which do you feel like that was the point of Gold Simulator, do you feel? But everyone's going to the rap shows, a story game, story is interesting. And then for this one, technically they're going with Fallout 76, wasn't even that bad, but this one did like Fallout, just not what they want. And subjectively, they'll take a Doom Eternal. That game gave them haste like no other. Will stay there on PS5. This one's taking AC, Valhalla, Thief, Dinosaurs, Mission Beyond Camp. Never heard of that one. Airborne Police Simulator 3. Not familiar with that one. Way Out. This one they've ever. This one's played Shadowrun. Never heard of that one. Little reaction. This one has his fan base. People love it, also likes. But this one does not like Neil. But Neil made this one so reluctantly pick up any games like it that they had Bloodborne at the same time. They got Neil. Had a good time with Neil till the third boss. They will say the same for Felix the Weevil, Go Dewey. They don't mess with Shovelwell, really. Good. Or Slail. Colossal. Okay, Battle by Flame. Okay. Oh, this one has a bit of a list and some comments. It's first of all, games
Did it.
they think all world generally bad. They saw with Cyberpunk at launch. Launch went like ass and so on. They're racing for they disgraced to the series that felt like nothing, like 1 or 2 or even 3. Anyway, they felt boring. FF15 at launch. Whole decade since announcement, half a decade in actual development. Hell, just to be a blatantly unfinished and still over ambitious mess like Cyberpunk, besides the PS5 fault. They're glad 15 officially got cleaned up enough to become one of their faves, but that doesn't excuse the launch. And the last one for this section is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, same as their Rising Fall. And then for the second poll, which are games they heavily dislike but don't consider objectively bad, and they start with Assassin's Creed Uri, Syndicate, and Odyssey, those 3. The shame how much of a nosedive AC took after Black Flag and all that. Ghost Wild, not familiar with. Last of Us 2, way too bleak, all that stuff. This one's got Space Overlord, just awful, to say yeah, FF. But he said he was not familiar with that one. And from this one's list has Slide and Chikadale EX, Shovelwell, Goldish-ish. They're not about my name's Mayo, though. Still, Shovelwell. And this was taking FF12 as their latest disappointment. Awful game, was FF for them. But they don't mention if it's OG FF12 or Zoyak age. Not sure which version they were alluding to. This one's developed by Flame a few times. Then yeah, they go on that. And then the reaction on FF12, they kind of enjoy 12, but there was a lot of BS with specific conditions. And it's okay. Agonies is one of the world's experiences this one had without trophy hunting. Some other bad titles include Left Alive, which, at least familiar with that one, Skyfall, Shroud Insane, and Elder Scrolls. And then this one, they'll happy they saw someone else mention everyone's going to the web show. That's a slog and dishonorable mentions. They throw in Jack 2 and 2, 2 and 3. They love the precursor legacy. But why did Naughty Dog have to take a silly game and make it edgy? And Erica release these playable movies on for them. Like a dishonorable platinum Uncharted collection. Fuck, rule difficulty. Thief. If, okay. This one's swinging better than 15 made this one release while muscle closer it was. At the beginnings of a fun experience, with some nice moments, but the story fell completely off the rails as it went along. Left Alive was sellable. Do you kind of remember seeing the odd clip of Left Alive? Yeesh. This one didn't enjoy the 2 original sin. Doctor Who. Okay, let's see. Social integrity and faithlessness. Let's see what they got on this one. Is the world they put social integrity and faithlessness is the world century of this social series from what I've played so far, which is 2, 5, and 6, with 5 being integrity and faithlessness. Do agree on that so far. The biggest mistake they made was not doing cutscenes with the character hosts were talking, but instead keeping it in single camera angle, letting the player figure out the rest. So it was a bit shorter than they would have liked. Okay, for 428 Shibuya Scrabble, have at least heard of this one. Lot of influence on the fans, but they didn't care for it. Too many bangs. Okay, this is something else also familiar with as well. World's Always the only Capcom title, which I played it, haven't finished it. They make retro RPGs that look like Super Nintendo titles, which they do. They're fun. World's Always what they'll fill efforts, and they will still find their fee at this point, rather than working within their limits. They try to make an ambitious story they couldn't quite pull off. Later titles like Real Fills and Fills Gate, which show how the creators have matured over time. And do have the plats for both Ruin Fills and Fills Gate, among other Capcom titles. Can confirm that. They did like Sims 4, so skip at that. Film Fact, not familiar with that. Masterful Football 2019, don't know that. Until Dawn, don't know that one. Rainbow Moon, which have digital, but I haven't sold it. Well, it's way too grindy. On the surface, looked amazing, but when they got into it, it was just endless combat. Don't know about that. I'm okay, not familiar with that. I'm okay. Say selling things with trash like train robots, gun docking industries, and crash dummy assist. Sell a little bit more. Oh. I'm just trying to go past it. Reactions quiet, man. Oh, it was so bad they had to play it. They've all was out on PS4 when they played it. That the Quiet Man have at least heard of and have seen a bit of gameplay. The in the Quiet Man, where you do remember correctly, could be wrong, where it's like a beat 'em up, but your character is deaf. F. And this one has a little bit of a list. List. And they have Metal Gear Solid 5 Fire and Pain, Hawaii's a Zero Dawn, that's kind of surprising. Control's another surprising one. Did like what I did play of Control. Another one that's included is FF15. I'm okay. And then about a good list. List. I'm okay. And this one's going with Space, which they got pretty damn cheap. And still look great. I guess this Space apparently has some fans, apparently.
All in a day's work.
And this one regrets getting Need for Speed rifles. Honorary missions will be adjusted in Ticket 7. They're always bad at fighting tiles. Anything with microtransactions, real. Young Kid 99, never heard that one. Okay, well, this one has 3 tiles, which do have all 3 of them, but haven't sold any of them. First one is 6 archive, game full of bugs and crashes. Second one's Sour Lost Ark, worst interaction of the series. And after 15, worst game of the series and one of the world's RPGs ever.
All in a day's work.
Also, free fall snowball fight. Roblox is pretty awful. Okay, last few. I like Chinese Gun, basically Timu Hitman. Now Perspective. Zombie Resident Evil Revelations 2, and the last one I do have, which is Soul Hollow Fragment. Okay, well... Okay. And... Okay, feel like this little grind for...
All in a day's work.
On for occasion grinding, feel like getting ready to toss in the towel now. And also, yeah, let's see how it goes. 959 battles won, so, oh yeah, we're with the pass. So yeah, again, deal with finishing the proof piety on the next episode of DQ7. And we can save White Heel. No, but don't think there's an info. No. Nope. I think we cover at the end, do think? Maybe? Okay, so let's see. Hey?
Oh.
Okay. Hey, well, let's just lock this in. We have had some good progress. Yes. Per usual. And also, guess we will see what will be happening on the next episode of DQ7. So, guess that is it. And so we will see on the next episode what will happen here in DQ7.